Yeah guys, what's up, is Paintballer05, and today I'm going to be showing you the Etek 3 board. To start off, you need to make sure your tournament lock is off, and to do this, you need to turn on your gun, open up your grip frame, and hit the lock button. If you don't already have the tournament lock on, then do not worry about this, because you're going to turn it on, and then, I don't know, you'll be lost, and you won't be able to do anything in this video. Alright. So first things first, you need to hold down the trigger, you need to hold down the power button, and the E and the O and the ego will flash white, and then once you let go of the trigger, the G will pop up. And what the G is that's a firing mode, and there are 3 firing modes. You got uncapped semi, capped semi, and capped ramping. Alright. So to check out what firing mode you are in, you are going to tap the trigger one time. Alright, and the E or the G, the red G flashed once. That means we're in the first firing mode. That is uncapped semi. So to switch out of that, say we want to go to ramping. You hold down the trigger, the E will flash up. Alright, you're going to let go of the trigger after that because I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright, for the Etek 3, the E stands for the tens, the G stands for the singles, and the O stands for anything that has to do with the decimal. Alright, but in the ramping, not in ramping, but in the firing modes, there is only 3 numbers, and they are all single numbers, single digit numbers, so you will not have to do anything for the E or the O, you will just be messing around with the G. So, and remember, the power button is like an OK button on the ego also. So, the E is at 0, so I didn't hit the trigger or anything. You hit OK. And the ramping setting on the ego is 3. So you're going to pull the trigger 3 times, and the G light will flash. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now we're in the third setting mode, or the third mode on the Etek 3 board. And then to hit OK, you hit the power button, that hits OK, it accepts that. And remember, there's no decimal places for the firing modes, so you just hit OK again, and it'll flash green, accepting that you just turn on the ramping mode for your gun. Now you're going to hit the power button, you're going to go to the capped, or this is the green stands for eyes on rate of fire. So for the eyes on rate of fire, you're going to do the same thing. Remember, tens, singles, and decimals. So say we want to set this, your field doesn't let you go over 13 balls per second. Alright, so to get into the rate of fire, you hold down the trigger, just like you did to change modes on the firing mode. You hold down the trigger, the E will pop up, and since you can only fire 12 balls per, you cannot fire over 13 balls per second, you're going to hit the trigger one time for the 1 and 13. You're going to hit the power button, accept the 1. You're going to hit the trigger 3 times for the 13. 1, 2, 3. And hit the OK button again. And say you want to set it at like 13.0. Alright? Since it's 0, you're not going to hit the trigger at all. So you can hit OK. And that just accepted 13 balls per second on the eyes on. So say you want to play with your eyes off, you do the same thing. Hold down the trigger, and then you want to set it at 13 again. You press 1, and then you hit OK. You press the trigger 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Hit OK, and then it's going to be at 13.0 again, so you just hit OK without pressing anything, and then you hold down the button until you get into your normal just mode. Whenever you turn on your gun, you get out of the setup mode. If you have balls, you can test it, but if you don't, just turn off the eyes and you can test out your ramping at 13 balls per second. So here we go. Alright, that is your gun firing, that is your Etek firing at 13 balls per second on ramp. Alright, the BPS, the rate of fire, is the same for all the modes. So if you set the ball or the rate of fire for 13 for the ramping, it's going to be the same thing for the capped semi. and for the uncapped semi, you just go full out, how fast, whatever you can go. Alright, but after that, you can go back into the mode by powering off your gun. You hold trigger down, get back in the setup mode. Say you wasted a lot of paint, you don't want to waste more paint, hold down the trigger, get back in the firing mode, press the OK button, because remember in the firing mode there's only 3 different modes, so you don't have to mess with the 10's place. So say you want to get back into capped semi because you just wasted like half your case in one game. So you're going to go down to firing mode 1, which is uncapped semi. Wait, I said you want to get in cap semi, so you're going to hit it twice to get in cap semi, and then you're going to hit OK, you're going to hit OK again, it accepted it, you're going to get out of it, you're going to turn off your eyes, and now you are back in semi, and you're capped at 13 balls per second. Alright, that is about as basic as it's going to get to how to change your firing modes and rate of fire. If you have any questions, leave a comment, but other than that, you might want to watch the video once or twice to get the hang of it. I know I had to read the manual a few times to get a hang of it, but after that it was pretty easy. So yeah, if you are unsure of anything, like anything that I missed, just type a comment down below. Other than that, just watch the video more than once and you'll definitely understand it. Thanks for watching, subscribe, add me as a friend, do whatever.